Yes, yes, you can ask.
So there are many things now in our countries like yoga and spiritual healing. What do you think about this?
Yoga is only, that is what I told you, to bring our attention back into the body, into the chakras. And you would like to leave it, but it will not leave you. Because serpentine power, which is comes out of this yogas, that is controlled by the negative power. Once you accept it, then you cannot leave it. So such people who are doing this yogas, they have to remain in this Brahm area, in the three worlds, and at the end they are not benefited. Even these great avatars and those who did so, they went into heaven, and that is located in the three world. They enjoyed, they used their all virtues, and thereafter they became empty and they were pushed back into the heaven, hell, sir. And so they are going and coming back into the hell and heaven, and that is the end and beginning of their life. And so the circle is going on. And this spiritual healing, it is out of this, you may say, black magic and spiritual healing, they are going side by side. It has nothing to do. But what is this spiritual healing? Now in the three world, everything, our all wishes can be fulfilled by the negative power. Negative power is now controlling the three world, and it has all possibilities with him. God asked the negative power, when I sent my child, his way was very clear. He has no hindrance. He could go and come back. How you created this hell and heaven in the way for my child? He said, your child created wishes, and I fulfilled those wishes. And in lieu of that, he strengthened my hand. Now I have created the hell for the sinner and heaven for the pious egoist, and they are both chained by me, and they cannot get rid of me. So, how this hell and heaven has created. And now, in the astral plane, when the soul goes in the astral plane, there are all these miraculous powers. They are doing it with mantras. So those who just start with it, going into the astral plane, start with it. And it is like this, that those who are doing it, it is difficult, it is very, very difficult to bear our own reaction. But when you pay attention to the other people, you have to carry their burden as well. So the one who is affected with it, and if one crosses all these barriers by doing these things to others, and such people, they become fully devoted to this negative power. And such people, they are not given this birthright to have this man body, because then they are going to the evil spirits, and these evil ghosts are like this. Then they are trained in this work, and they have to accept it. Even after their physical departure, they have to go that way. And now, just as I told you, a son of a mother is sick, and you know there is attachment. All parents love their children, and so they bring it to some people who is doing this spiritual healing. Now he will give you something, some attention, something very simple thing. Yes, you take it, take this water, you will be okay. But what will be the result? Your child is affected with the negative power. Now this negative power will sit in your child as well as in you, and now you come back in your house with that power. And you have to accept all his order all the times. Otherwise, he will disturb you in the very wrong way. So such houses, many houses in the world, they are destroyed by the negative power. Once you accept him, then he is controlling it and he knows how to bring you. And his way of bringing back is very dangerous. It is very tedious. And to leave the body is so difficult for it. And now the condition is just like this disease which you got cured from a spiritual healer. That is not perfect, that is not for all the time. It is only to, he has given you some days to pull on healthy. It is just like you have to pay some money to the bank. You cannot do it. You ask the manager to relieve you for some times. He says, okay, you may not give it for 6 months, but take it for granted that after 6 months you have to pay it in compound interest. So this disease it is multiplied. And the reaction of your child and you yourself has to bear it, even in the man body, even at the time of death, and even what is spilled even after the death, and you are always in the clutch of the negative power. So spiritual healing, black magic, and all that is done in the astral plane is very dangerous. Kabir has told it is a death trap. You are putting yourself while living in the grave. And in the body you are dependent upon that powers. You are the slave of them, and you are not a free man to serve yourself and serve others. It is not God work, it is the work of the evil spirits. So not only in the West, but everywhere it is played. In India I have seen lot of such houses are destroyed. And if there were 10 people, 9 people are already finished and only one person is living. Because negative power, when he sees that he may not get some awareness from other person, he will take him back. He will crush him and take him there. So these accident, all these unnatural death, like suicide and every that is a play of this negative power. Even this black magic people or spiritual healers, they may not be knowing, but they are giving strength to the negative power, and negative power is influencing all other people like this. So this spiritual healing, black magic, that affects the mind. And it creates diseases of the mind. Rather than to cure it, it creates doubt and illusion in us, and that creates the diseases of the mind. When the diseases of the mind and diseases of the body get together, man dies in the negative circle. So that is the end of these things. It is a very miserable thing to deal with such things. You can go to a doctor. You can get the medicine. You can overcome your disease for all the times, and still you are safe. Your soul is quite free from those facts. So a person who has some right understanding, he will never need the help of such powers. He says, my God is within, why I need your help? After all, these doctors are for what use? As for example, medicine does not help. Medicine only clears the way for the nature to act upon. And there, with the spiritual healer, what it happens? It does not clear, but it creates hindrance in the nature and keeps it. And nature has to act. And when there is a hindrance, even nature will not act. So the man is discarded, the soul is discarded. It cannot get any help. So a lot of people who are always after these things, they become very crazy, and because the disease is within, but it becomes dormant. It disturbs the mind, intellect, and the senses. So such a person becomes a nuisance into the world. So we should never be dependent upon such forces in the world. It's okay.